Hello everyone. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't need to use the microphone, thank goodness. So I was asked by Carolyn a little while ago to talk for Bude's Earth Day, and I agreed, so I felt very honoured to be asked. It's nice to see so many of you here. And I'm kind of just kicking off the proceedings for the weekend, really. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chat a little bit about my project and what I'm up to, and then we have got, I thought rather than just talk, I'm going to do a little kind of award ceremony. So it's going to be a bit hokey, and it's not going to be official, and it's not, well, it is official, but it's not going to be kind of well organised, should we put it that way. And basically I just want everybody to really enjoy themselves, because the point of celebrating Earth Day is not to tell you what you are not doing. Okay? The point of Earth Day is to celebrate what you do. And I think it's really, really important that we remember who we are, what we're up to, and how we do it, and who's doing it, and why it's important. Because if all we hear is climate destruction, climate chaos, the loss of biodiversity, the loss of habitat, plastic pollution in the seas, the poisoning of the oceans, if we hear all that, we can't deal with it, because it's too big. And so I firmly believe that everything that we do matters. And I know that there are people in this room, lots and lots of people in this room, who do their bit, and they do inspire other people, and that inspiring other people has ripples outside of what they do. So the point of celebrating Earth Day is to just celebrate the things that we do that are small, that actually have a greater resonance in the wider world. And as we know, Bude is a big hitter when it comes to the environment. There's a lot of people doing a lot of great things here, and we talk to each other as well, which is wonderful. We all get on, we work together, and I think that's really telling. And it's no coincidence that the Environment Agency chose Bude to launch their plastics fund. It's no coincidence. It's no coincidence that Bude Cleaner Seas was Bude. It's no coincidence that Michael Gove walked around with the Bude refill cup. It's because this place is special, and things happen here because people have passion, they have a sense of community, and they have a sense of belonging. And I'm, for one, extremely proud to be part of that community. It's just wonderful what's happening here. So we're going to celebrate that, and that's what Earth Day is about. So let's talk about this man here. So this was, Avril, were you involved in this?
I was, yeah. I challenged the children to create a David Attenborough portrait out of microplastics on Paul's beaches.
So the great man is with us. I got goosebumps thinking about it, actually. Because there is this thing which we now know, which is the Attenborough effect, where single-use plastic usage has plummeted since Blue Planet 2. Suddenly we all woke up. Suddenly the world woke up to the issues that we face with climate change, with plastic pollution. Plastic pollution is the tip of the iceberg, and plastic pollution is related to everything else, as we know. So everything we do for plastic pollution is something to help the earth. So the Attenborough effect is great, that things are starting to change. However, we all know that more needs to be done. And as a small community that's big hitting, that's a shining beacon for a good environmental practice, what we do is important because people look to us. I've had loads of people say to me, God, it's really happening down in Bude, isn't it? Or up in Bude, or over in Bude, or, whether it's up, down, sideways, it doesn't matter. But, people say it's going on. You've got things happening, and it's really exciting, and it's exciting to be a part of that community. So this is what today's about. We were going to have a couple of kids from Budehaven talk today. Unfortunately, they can't make it, but they were going to talk about the school strike for climate, and actually, whether you think it's a good thing or not a good thing that they take time out of school, to make their voices heard, I think it's wonderful. And I actually think that we should be supporting them because it's their world. They inherit it from us. And we have to do everything we can to give it to them, to hand it over to them in a really lovely state. And if they're the ones that are having to shout and scream and try and make politicians listen, then good on them, and we should support them. So, my job, to welcome you to the celebration, celebrate Bude, inspire others, get things moving. Interestingly enough, our local MP is not here, is he? He wasn't at the climate debate. So let's write to him. I don't know, should we do that? Right, okay, so I want to talk about what's going on. So this is great. So we've had some beach cleans. People have come down to Bude and done beach cleans as part of beach clean tours. There was one last week, which was great. But when Wayne Dixon came to see us, who met Wayne Dixon? Hands up who met him. Many of us. So Wayne Dixon, for those of you who don't know, is a guy who's walking around the country, doing litter picks wherever he goes, and meeting communities, doing beach cleans, and he's doing it for Mind, and he's doing it for his own well-being, and he's doing it for the well-being of the planet. He's an amazing guy. He turned up in Bude. I took him for a 2-minute beach clean. Ego took him for an extreme beach clean. Avril took him for a clean. Deb took him. And the thing about that was so brilliant that Wayne noted to us, and tell me if I'm wrong, but is that it was just business as usual for us. He didn't turn up. We didn't go, welcome to Bude, big fanfare, here's a beach clean we've laid on for you. We're just doing it. Wayne, come join in with us. And he loved that about this place, and we loved that about him. That we could actually show him that things are happening, which is great. So, before I go on to this kind of awards thing, I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about my project, which is the 2-minute beach clean, which hopefully you will all have heard about. If you haven't, you'll see the beach clean stations that are on Blackrock, Widmouth, Quicklets, Summerlees and Crackington. So I moved to Bude in 2013, and I've been doing beach cleans. I was living up in North Devon. I've been doing beach cleans, and I wanted to do something here when I moved here. But I kind of got here and sort of thought, right, okay, it's sort of taken care of. There's so much going on that what can I do? And I kind of organised a few up north, and we did some at Amersham and in North Devon. And then it wasn't until we had this horrendous storm in August, in the October, I think it was October, November of 2013, the Hercules storm. Does anybody remember the state of Quicklets Beach? Yeah? It was just horrendous, wasn't it? So the 2-minute beach clean was born as a direct result of that storm, because I went down to the beach and started clearing up beach huts and started picking up litter, and I thought, well, look, if I can inspire other people to do the same thing, great. So I've been struggling with a bottle for every wave for surfers, and this kind of idea of having a hashtag that I could use social media to inspire people to do something. And the idea of just doing 2 minutes kind of seemed to strike a chord. So I started using it, and after that storm I started using the 2-minute beach clean whenever I did a beach clean, do a beach clean every day, take a picture of it, off it goes. I didn't want to get in the way of what was going on here, because there's no point in reinventing the wheel all the time. I didn't want to do, if you do a beach clean on Sunday, and the Scouts have done one on Friday, and then AGO's done one on Wednesday, the beach is beautiful, and the beaches are. So how about we do something that can contribute to that, and not take away from the beach cleans, and perhaps inspire people to join in with beach cleans. So the idea of a 2-minute beach clean was that you do it in your own time, when you walk the dog. And then maybe when you start looking, you might start seeing, and you might start thinking that, oh, maybe I need to do a bit more, maybe, so it's kind of like a gateway drug, if you like, to bigger beach cleans, because beach cleans have a lot of committed people that are turning up. It's getting new faces there. That's what we want to do. So have we got success? So Dolly, where is she? Here. So everybody knows Dolly. Hands up who knows Dolly. Where's Dolly? Yeah. Okay. So Dolly approached me in the spring of 2014 and said, we can do something with this. And so ever since then, she's been running the social media accounts for the 2-minute beach clean. So from 0 followers, so I had a bunch of followers on my personal Instagram and Twitter and what have you. So from 0 in 2014, we're now at something, I had a little count up yesterday, it's about 62,000 followers, which is amazing. Thank you. So, and also, the number of Instagram posts is, at the moment, yesterday it was 112,000 Instagram posts. And they've come from every continent, which is amazing. It's been translated into Gaelic, Hebrew, Spanish and Welsh. We estimate that every 2-minute beach clean weighs about a kilo, maybe 2 kilos. So when people send me texts, you get these all the time, don't you, Dorey? They send you tweets or whatever, they go, I did a 2-minute beach clean, but it took me 20 minutes. Yeah. As if it's like, you fool. No, you fool, you did 20 minutes. We win. So we estimate that each 2-minute beach clean is about a kilo to 2 kilos, something like that. And if it's 112,000 Instagram hashtags from all around the world, that's 200 tons of litter for doing nothing. So, we hope that we're winning. So, onto the beach clean stations. I'm going to race through this because I know that I can talk for a long time, so do stop me. So, in 2014, Deb and Kim, is Kim here? Yes, Kim over there, came to me and they said, we've got an idea for you. How about you make it really easy for people to do 2-minute beach cleans? You make a little sign with a litter picker and some bags, people can go to the beach and they can see the sign, take a litter picker and off they go. And I thought, do you know what? That's not a bad idea, is it? So we worked with these guys to create this design with a company in North Devon, and we got some money from Neil Hembrow at Beach Care and also from Surf Dome, and they made 8 beach clean stations and we put them on beaches around Bude and in Cornwall. Now after a year of being on the beach at Crooklets, the beach clean station, from putting it out the first day and going, people aren't going to get this, no one's going to use this. I don't think, they're going to laugh at us. It's a completely bonkers idea. Sorry. But you know what? After a year of that beach clean station being on Crooklets Beach, we looked at Deb's stats for her beach cleans, and we looked at the previous 5 years of the amount of litter that they were picking up on their beach cleans. And in that year, there's a 61% drop in litter that they were picking up on their monthly cleans. So again, that's for doing nothing, really. Just having a beach clean station out there and inviting people to do their little bit. People want to do stuff, but they don't know how to do it often, so it makes it easy. So it's a genius idea. And I have to say, I've got some amazing news that by the end of June, there will be 700 beach clean stations in the UK and Ireland, and in Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland. There's one in Peniche, there's one in Cyprus, and there's one in Greece. There's also a bunch of 2-minute litter pick stations in the London Borough of Ealing, which are in their parks. And there's one at a school in Bristol. And they're all over the place, aren't they, Dorey? And the street clean boards as well. So this thing has expanded, which is incredible. There's 6 on Dartmoor National Park. And at the moment, we're working with Costa, who might be seen as the enemy, but actually they've got a program to recycle coffee cups. They're the only company that does. And we're developing, or we have developed, a 2-minute street clean board that will take old coffee cups, with a receptacle for old coffee cups, and the lids and the liquid that then can go back into the store to be recycled, and they'll take them from anywhere. So that's going to be trialled. I'm not sure where, somewhere up country recently. Lush, the cosmetics company, have just bought a load of them to go outside their stores, one of them in Dublin, one of them I think in Edinburgh, and I think we're trying to push for Oxford Street in London. And it's quite incredible, and this success with these beach clean stations has enabled the 2-minute beach clean to have 7 part-time employees now. So it's kind of, it's just incredible really. And we're working in the USA to bring 2-minute campus clean to one of the US's biggest universities. And if that works at that university, this university, when they have football games, they have 80,000 people attending. 80,000 people. And no recycling. So we're working with them to talk about recycling and trying to get that litter that these people leave in the parking lots into a recycling system, which is incredible. And also, Mr. Attenborough's effect. So when Blue Planet 2 came out, there is a website that says the things that you can do for ocean conservation. And 2-minute beach clean was listed as the top thing you can do by Blue Planet. It's incredible. And it's also been used by Springwatch. So there are some remarkable things happening. And if you didn't believe that simple things can add up to great stuff, and you think that you don't have a part in this world, that's part of the reason for telling you the 2-minute beach clean story, because it's made an enormous difference. And everybody in this room has inspired that. Anybody who's been to the beach and taken a litter pick is part of that. And anybody who's made a difference in their lives is part of that. So if you think that you can't make a difference, you can. You can.